Hello, my name is Doran Lauer, Fiscal Analyst with RCO. Today's presentation is on e-billing. Now it's time to bill. In part 1, we covered Know the Rules, Billing Items Needed, Billing Roles. In part 2, we will cover Creating the Cost Page, Billing Summary, Payment Information, Payment Calculation Screen, Billing Attachments, Certify, and Submit. And now, part 2 of Intro to e-Billing with RCO begins. The amount. Expenditure amount. All amounts that are reimbursable must be paid to the employee or vendor before being entered into a billing. In other words, eligible out-of-pocket expenses not paid by another source. Non-reimbursable amounts. Enter eligible amounts and select the appropriate non-reimbursable type from the drop-down list. Non-reimbursable costs may only be applied toward the matching share. Amounts paid for by a third party are considered non-reimbursable. If costs are paid for by another grant, use the non-reimbursable type of the grant. Amount that does not meet the criteria of an expenditure, donated items, money from other grants, sponsor equipment use, etc. There are a lot of non-reimbursable types. Some of the most common are in bold, such as donated general labor, donated skill labor, grant local, sponsor equipment use, sponsor payroll. Total amount calculated. Transaction date from. Required the date the payment was made. If the cost is not a payment, use the date the entry was made to the records. For credit card payments, make sure the date represents when the debt of the credit card was paid. Description. Kind of like the memo section of a check. A specific description of the items purchased or services performed. General description, such as employees' job title or supplies, are not acceptable. RCO encourages you to show the calculation used to calculate items, such as per diem, mileage, and payroll. Then we have the check doc number. Check/doc number can be any of the following: a payment number, like a check number, EFT numbers, or any other number that creates a verifiable audit trail. If using a credit card, use the actual check number that paid the credit card debt and the date on which it was paid. Logger journal number, the number of an entry into the sponsor's record that shows the expense. Payroll may be used multiple times without warranting a duplicating number edit. Debit card, it is acceptable if another number is not available. Unacceptable check or document numbers include field order number, purchase order number, invoice number, payment pending, accrued, cash, currency. Again, none of those last 7 are acceptable. Duplicate check or document numbers will generate an edit. If this is the case and it is still a valid charge, the sponsor must enter a sponsor note, SN, explaining the situation to pass that part of the billing process. Transaction date 2. Date range may be used only with payroll, donations, mileage logs, for postage, copier use. See Manual 8 for further instructions. Sponsor note, SN. This field is for you, the sponsor, to add notes to every cost if needed. In certain cases, the note field is required to address an edit that has been identified. Review RCO note, RN. This field is used by RCO to communicate comments and questions about a cost that is returned to the sponsor. After you have inputted your costs, Prism will calculate the payment your organization will receive. In the upper left-hand corner, there's a dark blue payment calculation button. Click this button to see payment calculation. Billing summary. Look at this screen to see the totals for this billing and bill to date. Read and understand payment information page. Visit page or click the payment calculation button. RCO calculates the amount of the payment based on many factors and is illustrated on the payment information page in the Prism online billing wizard. These factors influence the payment calculation. RCO sponsor and share, your grant limits that we discussed earlier. If you go over the allowed amount, then the limit will show up on the payment information page. Eligible out-of-pocket expenditures, eligible donations, eligible project costs that will be or are funded by another grant, total project costs, your grant agreement contract limits. Architectural and engineering administrative limits can impact your payment. More details in subsequent presentation. Match bank balance, advance balance, salmon projects only, retainage, the amount, usually the last 10% of the budget that is placed in retainage, is to inspire sponsors to finish the project. Payment calculation screen, total billed to date, total approved to date, RCO percentage, RCO shared approval, approved expenditures, lesser of previous two, less payments to date, retainage, payment amount. And this screen also includes balances, match, and retainage. Billing attachments. Most projects don't require billing attachments. Only upload billing attachments if asked to by your grant manager or if required by Prism. Expanded documentation appraisals may require billing attachments. See subsequent presentation. Make sure to choose the attachment type, billing, expanded documentation, when uploading documents. There's more than one place to attach documents. Please make sure to attach any billing related documents with the invoice in billing attachments page. If you have any questions regarding attachments, please let your RCO fiscal contact know. Only RCO staff can delete attachment. Certify and submit. Check billing for errors. Costs are summarized at the bottom of the page. You can export this information if desired by hitting the Export button, upper right-hand side of screen. Certify by checking the box. Submit, be careful to follow the process. Congratulations, your bill is submitted, but make sure. Billing status on the billing screen. When a billing is started, it is in draft status. Once a billing is submitted, it is in submitted status. Also, you can check your status by checking the status note at the bottom of the Certify and Submit page and the routing pages. Incomplete information may result in the billing being returned to you to be corrected. The issue or issues will be detailed in the status notes of the billing. You address the questions and resubmit the billing. Make sure to certify and submit. Thank you for your time today. We hope this video has been helpful. Thank you.